What do you think are the strategies that employees can use to make their contributions more visible in a remote work environment?
With remote work, there's a few interesting problems that happen. And these actually were true in the office. They just get more exacerbated when it comes to remote work. There's some really interesting studies on something called the input bias and the FaceTime bias. And basically, what these studies show is they have two different sets of managers evaluating a presentation. One set of managers see a presentation, for instance, was they were told the person spent about 20 minutes preparing the presentation. And the other set of managers saw a presentation and they were told the person spent 8 hours preparing the presentation. And then each set of managers rated the presentations. And the managers who were told the person spent 8 hours preparing the presentation, they rated that presentation as better than the one that heard the person spent only 20 minutes putting it together. But here's the thing, it was identical presentations. And this is the problem with performance evaluations, is that oftentimes performance is not objective. There's a subjective component, it's hard to grasp. So what often happens is that managers use shortcuts or what's more easily available. So in this case, managers were using effort and time put into the presentation as the metric to evaluate it. But this is a really bad idea. Which employee do you want? The one that can get the work done in 20 minutes and is available for everything else, or the one who takes 8 hours to do it, the less productive employee? Of course, you want the one who does it quicker. So when it comes to remote work, one of the problems is that managers can't see their employees working, which is one of the main drivers behind why managers don't trust that their remote workers are actually working, is they don't see them working. So one of the things you can do as a remote worker to overcome this, to show your effort, is to think about your frequency of communication. So which employee, for instance, do you think would feel more productive to a manager? The one who sends a 5-paragraph long update on Friday about what they did for the week, or the one who sends a 1-paragraph update every single day of the week? It's the exact same length of communication, but the latter employee split it up. And what happens in the case of that latter employee, it seems to the manager, oh, they did something each day. Whereas the person who just sent a 5-paragraph long email at the end of the week, it kind of seems like they did everything on Friday. So increasing your frequency of communication, although not increasing the absolute length or amount of it, can be a way to have the same amount of productivity in terms of your communication. You're not losing out, but show that you're working.